There are 14 consonants in Korean, and the basic consonants, they were made in imitation of bodily organs and how they. So what they did was they observed the shapes of the bodily organs when they were producing a sound, and they kind of made letters that resembled the shapes when observed in like laterally. So this, for example, letter hyuk, which has a sound of a G, when you observe your body on the lateral side, it kind of resembles this letter over here. And the same thing applies for N, for M. If you just look at the lips over here, that kind of resembles the letter, and the S and the Yung, which doesn't have a sound. All right, so I wrote two letters here just in case because sometimes it's pronounced the other way, but you generally don't have to worry about the latter part over here. So just only think about the former part because like if I were to quantify like how many percentages that it was used, it's probably like 70% at the former, then 30% or less at the latter. So mostly it's pronounced as a G, like a G sound. This is pronounced as a N sound, an N, and this is pronounced as a D, like a soft D. And R, it's between like somewhere between the R and the L. So just think of like saying the robot like robot, robot. It's not the Russian like R, but still it's like somewhere in the middle. And then this is just the M as in mom, and this is soft B, soft S, and this is kind of tricky over here because it's silent at the beginning, but if it's at the end of the vowel, remember the consonant vowel consonant form, if it's at the end of this block, this syllabic block over here, then it kind of has this NG sound. So if you're pronouncing, let's say the word English over here, this is 영어. So without this, it would just be like y'all. But with this, with by adding the iung, which is the name for this letter, it becomes a young uh. So it just adds the ng at the end. And these are also basic consonants, but they're also separately called like soft consonants because like they are just pronounced more softly. And oh, and by the way, this goes into the basic consonant category. Um, and these are formed by adding like one line to an existing consonant over here. So for example, this one, uh, usually actually like one tip like FYI, this is usually written as like this because like it's very hard to write like this if you're to write it continuously. So usually people just write it like this way. And then this letter the same. Like you just add like a line on top and then it becomes this letter. So this letter is pronounced mostly as J. So like j, j, like 집, house. And if you add a slight line over here, it kind of works as like a softening agent, which makes it have like a sound similar to the ch as in cheese. So like 친구, which means like friend, has that ch sound. This one also, it's just adding a single line in the existing letter. Like guess what it is? Like 기억. Guess what this is? Like this tigut. So like the and g. This is like pretty soft sounds. But by adding one more line on here, you make it a lot more softer. So this is closer to the K, and this is closer to the T. So although these sounds they kind of produce sometimes like sounds similar to T, this is like perfectly T or like even more softer than T. So like t, toki, like k, ko, as it knows. So and although this is not adding a line to the mium to the M sound, it's still a softened version of it. So pizza. It's not like pizza. It's more like it's a soft P. Yeah. And then this one's also is H. So adding a line on top of the ion with the round letter. And then we have the five additional tense consonants, which are basically like putting two consonants together and reiterating like two times. So just by putting it next to each other, you make it like you double the strength of the letter. So for example, this one is ku, this one is ku as well. So if you combine them, it's like ku. So the Russian K is has a really similar sound to this. And the also, if you have like one D and you have a double D, that's like the. And also the Russian T, the has a similar sound to this. And this one also is just PBSSJJ. So yeah, people use it that way. And lastly, we have the extra double final consonants, but you don't have to worry about these because these are like rarely used. And these are things like this. So for example, if you're writing like life is sam, and you put like two little letters and make it like one letter. So this is like RM. Like this is R and this is like M, and you make it like So if you say it fast, it kind of makes it like M. But you don't have to worry about that because this is rarely used, and it's mostly used for like grammatical reasons because it's kind of weird to write it. Like it's pronounced this way, but it's just written like this to kind of like make it more fancier. So yeah, so you don't have to worry about these, and these are pretty much it. So only memorize like 5 to 7 over here, and then you can kind of deduce that subsequently, um, the rest of the letters. So yeah, hope that was helpful.